Well, welcome back, guys. Just setting up the stream. And away we go. So, it's quite enough free market so far. The markets themselves are heavily sold off. Hey, Willy Wonka. Are you still making those Wonka bars, Willie? Those dinosaur eggs, they were nice as well. Hey, Brandon, Don, good to see you guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, just remember. Hey, Steve. Have I hit targets for this week? Yeah, absolutely. I had a 40 grand day, 42 grand day on when would have been Wednesday. So yes, I've hit target this week. We're over target on the week. Why am I feeling so low? Okay, that's better. We're over target on the weekly liquid, but yeah, we're ahead of target for the month for January. Yesterday we finished just over 5k, just over goal. I think I finished. I was about, I don't know if it was 2.5 or 3k down when I finished the live stream here, and then I took another trade, which got me over goal. And then I didn't trade anymore for the rest of the day. I took the dog for a walk, came back. I came back for power hour to have a look, and then there was nothing moving, so I went and had a lie down, and I didn't even took a nap, as is my prerogative. I took a nap, and I didn't wake up till late, so I didn't even make a trade recap video yesterday. I just I don't know, since I've got back from my vacation, I've been a bit fatigued later, and I think it's the time zone changes. I've still not quite got used to the time zone changes, so I'm getting really tired later in the evening. But hopefully we've got the weekend, and it's a long weekend, so just remember that, guys. Although it's Friday the 13th today, ooh, spooky. I should have worn a fancy dress, shouldn't I? Friday the 13th today, but it is Dr. Martin Luther King Day on Monday, so the markets are not open on Monday. So just putting that out there. It's a long weekend as far as the markets are concerned. Good morning, Alberto. Good to see you, buddy. Not taking any trades yet. Not seen anything worth taking as yet. Let's have a quick look at ASA. This is something that's down on the day, but just made a bit of a spike up. 274. Just the one spike, but it's the volume here is down to the algorithmic trades. Even though this is spike moving up, the volume is down to the 8 o'clock scrum. So read into that what you will. It's probably not. It's going to skew the volume profile here quite substantially. But ASA is down on the day quite heavily, as is the wider market. So this is following the wider market as such right now. So if I go back to the SPY, the wider market's down, it's moved up slightly. And again, this is the algorithmic trades. This is the market makers clearing the books of algorithmic trades. Get that 8 o'clock market time, you get this spike in volume activity across most symbols, and it's just algorithmic trading going on. It's just a clearing of the order books and a settling of figures. So it doesn't really affect the price action. Not too much, if at all. I've not really got anything on my watch list for today. My watch list screen, and if you're watching on YouTube, the four charts at the bottom, they're left over from yesterday. There's nothing really going on at the moment that is worth keeping an eye on. And I was looking at SPCE, which is Virgin Galactic. way below the VWAP. It did pop up, so that's probably not going to not really something. And then the top mover, we've got ZVSA, which is currently up 60%. Again, it's below the VWAP, so I probably not really interested in trading this. ZVSA Therapeutics, very weak catalyst as well. The CEO's or one of the board members is going to be speaking at a conference. Big deal. But the market's reacted positively to it, and that's the thing. Someone asked me yesterday, what's the situation with bad news? Is it a case of, Bed Bath & Beyond, for example, is ready to go bankrupt, real financial trouble, yet it's rallying. Does that mean any news is good news? No, that's not the case. Any news can be good news, but also any news can be bad news. What you're looking for is a catalyst, and it's how the market reacts to it. Don't try and predict how the market is going to react. Wait for the right reaction, and then the price action. Jasper's just made a bit of a move, a big move too. Why? Yeah, so bank earnings came out today, Don. Today's the first day of earnings season. So we're getting a lot of earnings next week coming out. We've got a lot of earnings coming out over the next couple of weeks, actually, till the end of till the end of the month. So Jasper Therapeutics announces a new briquilimab data to be presented at the 2023 tandem meetings, transplantation and cellular therapy meetings of the ASTCT and CABMTR. So they've just announced new positive data presented at the tandem meetings. That's why it's just moving up. Jasper Therapeutics. Where did I find it? Benzinga, Willy Wonka. So I get the majority of the tickers that I trade on a daily basis. I can find them moving because of Benzinga. I have the Benzinga scanners that you can see there. These scanners, you can see top of the pile there in terms of gap scanner is ZVSA. It's also second on the list in terms of momentum. So ZVSA hits my scanners, and that's where I find it. Why is key moving up as well? Keep an eye on Jasper. Bed Bath & Beyond down under $5 now. It's kind of $4.89. Looks like we're going to break new highs. Why did we not get a fill then? What's going on? Alright, let's look. I thought I tried to make an order then, but I don't know why I didn't get filled. It didn't even hit the didn't even set an order. Let's see. Current high 238. Looking for a break of 240. Or we'll look for a pullback. Current high of this candle is 235. Doji, bit of a giveaway. Currently, Jasper Therapeutics is up 40% on the day. If you're wondering why I found when I saw this moving, again, Benzinga, it hit my signals. It's not quite on the momentum. It's the second biggest mover on the day above $2. But it hit the signals. I got a day high series, so it broke higher day. It was a series of higher day breaks. So that's on my signals. So, what are you watching today, guys? What have I got on the screen? I've got Jasper Therapeutics on the screen. Finished pretty much where I called it in the Discord, Alistair. Got over goal and got out. So I finished just over 5,000. Gross was off the top of my head. I think it was about 5,200 off the top of my head. No, 5,300. So 5,300 yesterday. That was where I finished. Now, just looking for that elusive first trade of the day. This is the Jasper Therapeutics. They've just had some good positive trial data, so that's what's driving this one up. Well, that's your watch list, is it, Alberto? Probably not. A couple of those probably don't fit in with my criteria, but certainly Jasper's got the momentum now. More volume on Jasper. It's almost just in the last couple of minutes. It needs to make new highs. It needs to hold $2 really. If we're tracing from the move up, testing the VWAP, looking for support at the VWAP and the 9 right now. But it's pretty much, it normally does about 1.8 million shares a day in terms of volume, Jasper. It's pretty much done that right now. We're at 1.76, so it's pretty much average volume, which basically means we're, well, 8:15 in the morning. That means we're going to have a high relative volume day for Jasper today. Good trade, Platty. It's a downwards day on the markets, that's for sure. So it's kind of a strange one. If you look at the market yesterday, how it reacted to the CPI numbers, it was pretty sideways. The CPI numbers introduced a bit of volatility, but it didn't really move the needle much. Whereas this morning we're gapping down, we're selling off. So it's about 6 a.m. The market's started selling off, and it's not even look like turning around. So. Yeah, so this was base the Virgin Galactic, so SPCE, and I was looking at this. I called it out as a potential watch, but the volume wasn't great. So then once we got this spike here as well, this is just it's below the view. Once it broke below the view up, it's just been fading. Bed Bath and Beyond started to make a bit of a splash. Some big move there. Can this hold $5 and have a good move up today? That's the question. Bed Bath and Beyond, eh? So the rise and rise of the meme stocks. So at $5, Bed Bath and Beyond is definitely of interest to me. When it was down at kind of $1.50, it wasn't. So there's a bunch of reasons for it. So people who are short on it, it's heavily shorted. So people who are short on it are covering because they find themselves underwater, which is there's a bit of a short squeeze scenario. It's still a darling of the social media trading crowd, and they're driving it up. We saw a similar thing with Revlon last year as well. So people will buy it on the view to it getting acquired. It's still an active. It's on the verge of bankruptcy, but it's still an active symbol to trade intraday or even swing trade it. I don't think it's personally not financial advice. My own personal opinion. It's not something that you would want to invest in long term because of that risk of bankruptcy. But the volatility that introduces in terms of intraday price points, people trying to get the money back, people shorting it. The people that short it, at some stage they've got to buy the shares to cover that position, to get out of that position. So whether they're in profit or whether they find themselves underwater, when they cover that actually creates a buying pressure because they buy the shares to cover what they've borrowed. Borrowing the shares doesn't actually impact the market at all, but they borrow them to sell. The sell action impacts the market, but then they've got to cover at some point, and they cover by buying, and then that creates that squeeze momentum to the upside. Well, that's why. Hey, Mike, Savin. $525 is a key level on Bed Bath and Beyond. How's my year started? Not too bad, Ronan. Had a really good day on Wednesday. Phenomenal day on Wednesday. Started pretty poor. I went about 14k in the hole and ended up with a $42,000 day. So that was good. I've put a green streak together. I've not had a red day yet in January. Touch wood, but we'll see. Well, you know, I make my money trading, so rather than, I mean, how much more I'm going to make behind a paywall for you to come and watch me trade, Ronan? I mean, I make much more money trading. I'd rather just trade and make my money and effectively giving away the content for free. But when it comes to actually teaching, there's a reason I'm not charging a lot for the course and the mentorship, but I just don't want any, you know, idiots in there that are just going to cause bother. We've got a nice little community in the Day Trade with Tony Discord that is very helpful with each other. You know, we're all in it for the same reasons, but you just don't want any trolls in there, you know? And I'm not going to give my time to people who don't value it, so there's a price on it. Big Bear, BBAI, let's have a quick look. Well, it could do. It could do. It's the thing is with Big Bear, it's heavily shorted. Jasper just made another pop. Thanks a lot, Kev J. I mean, at the end of the day here, we all get into the markets, we're all doing the trade, we look at things like this. A lot of people come onto my channel and they don't know how to trade. They've not got the money to trade first and foremost, but it appeals to them. My advice to you is don't trade with money you can't afford to lose first and foremost, because you will lose it. I guarantee, even if I teach you how to trade, you will lose money in your first 3 to 6 months. It's guaranteed. Anybody that says different, they're lying to you. They're trying to scam you. Trading it's a profession. Like any other profession, it takes time to learn how to do it. You wouldn't go in as a dentist, you wouldn't walk into a surgery after seeing somebody on the internet perform a root canal and pick up a Black & Decker and try and do it yourself. You just wouldn't do it. You have to go to college and then 3 years of medical school to become a dentist. Same with a doctor. Now, I'm not saying being a trader is as important or as difficult as being a dentist or a doctor, but even you don't really need any qualifications to become a retail trader. But to be profitable, you do need to educate yourself. Think of it as a tradesman. So if you're a plumber, you know, you won't get many jobs, you won't earn a living as a plumber until you've time served and you've learned how to do it, you've actually become good at the job, and it takes time to learn the skill set and acquire the skill set. Yeah, you can read about it in a book and you can watch the guy on the on YouTube to how to fix a leak, but that's how to fix a leak is not how to become a plumber. Same thing, how to trade is not how to become a trader. There's two different things. You can take a trade with zero skill, zero idea what you're doing and make money. However, you can lose money at the same time. To become a profitable trader, a professional, profitable trader, this becomes your 9 to 5, although more likely a couple of hours a day. This becomes your main source of income. You're going to have to take time to learn the skills, pick up the knowledge, acquire the knowledge, and put that into practice. And the word there, practice, is extremely important. If you don't practice and practice in a simulator, you can't be profitable in a simulator without money on the line. You're never going to be profitable with real money on the line when emotions are involved. So practice in a simulator first. Big Bear is over the VWAP now. So the $half here, providing a little bit of resistance. So that's what I'm looking at with Jasper, the $half. Big bear slightly over the $0.5 at 260. It's testing the VWAP for support. Really needs to hold the VWAP. So this is BBAI, Big Bear. Huge short interest on Big Bear. This is like, I think 186% or 182% short of something along those lines off the top of my head, which is scandalous, quite frankly. But could be of interest. It could move. It had a big move up yesterday, huge move up yesterday. If this gets back up over $3, this could go up to $5, but it needs to get back up there. That's the thing. Just for pulling back to the VWAP, we might get a VWAP bounce here. So the confluence of support here right now, we've got the 20 EMA, which is currently at 25 cents, 225. We've got the VWAP, which is at 227. We've got the 9 EMA, which is at 234. So we've got confluence of support, the $0.25 as well. Confluence of support here, so it really needs to hold this $0.25 level. What's a good platform to paper trade? Whatever platform you intend to trade with. So if you open a brokerage account, just put enough in to actually activate the account. You don't have to use your live account. They will give you a paper trading account to trade with at the same time. So if you want to use Sterling Trader, if you've got a broker that uses Sterling Trader, open an account with them and use Sterling Trader as your paper money account. If you want to use Interactive Brokers, they will give you a paper trading account to use on TWS, and you can use that. You can even use Dash Trader with Interactive Brokers. You can use Speed Trader. You can use Capital Markets. It's an offshore broker that I use. Whatever platform you plan to trade with, that's what you want to be practicing with. Now, if you just want to get an idea for trading, you're not quite ready for trading, you're in the early doors, then you can there's actually a free paper trading account on TradingView, and there's a tutorial in my in the profile, in my playlists or whatever. I've got a tutorial that shows you where to find that and how to use that paper trading account as well. It's not, you can't use it in the same way as you would the actual platforms you're going to use for trading, but it will give you a good start to actually start looking at how to trade the markets, where to take buying and where to sell, where to buy, looking for the entry and exit points. It's a good start. It's a free platform, TradingView. So try the paper trading there. But if you're genuinely interested in day trading, if you're genuinely interested in trading, I would recommend that you practice on the same platform that you intend to trade with. Yeah, TradingView, absolutely. TradingView.com. Now you can actually use the web-based platform, or you can download for free on any particular device. I don't recommend day trading on a mobile device like a tablet or a phone, but you can download. They do have, TradingView does have apps for desktop, mobile, and tablet, including Apple and Android. So check out TradingView.com. There's a link in my link tree or in the description as well there. So check it out, TradingView.com. It is delayed data. The free package on TradingView is it's delayed data, but that's okay. That's not a problem if you're just doing it for, to get a measure of it. If you want to subscribe into it to get real-time data and pre-market data and all that kind of stuff, that's up to you. But I mean, it's very, it's next to nothing. I think it's about 10 quid a month, or whatever, for TradingView for a subscription. But it's delayed data. The free version of TradingView is delayed data, but it's a free platform, so you can get the paper trading account on TradingView, and TradingView is probably one of the best charting tools out there as well. You're welcome, buddy. So I've got an hour to the market opens, which is fine. I'm just looking at Jasper. We got support here when it pulled back previously. So we've got support here at 210, 250 and 210. It blasted past the support level, the confluence of support here. So now what we've got is a confluence of resistance, all at the quarter dollar. So if you look at this right now, the 9 EMA is 227, the VWAP is 226, the 20 EMA is 224, the quarter dollar, of course, is the quarter dollar at 225. So we've now got that resistance to move back up above with Jesper. Now Jesper is shortable if you wanted to short it. It's not on the short sale restrictions list or anything, and it is quite a fairly liquid stock. So a lot of brokers should have shares to borrow. Not saying that's your play here. That I'm just letting you know that that's the case. Okay. Not yet. If it moves back up to kind of 204, you've got to be wary. So we've got another swing high, and if it fails to break new highs, that's where your head and shoulders situation comes in there, Matthew. So if this potentially could be a shoulder with the neckline here at 220, 215, 220, this be the head. And then if we move back up towards kind of 235, 240, and the next swing high doesn't reach up towards, make a new high, if you will, then that's where you get the head and shoulders, which is kind of bearish, a bearish pattern. So right now it's a bit of a wonky double top, but so we need the next swing high to break new highs. Yes, day trading. I've not taken any trades yet. I've not seen anything that worth taking as yet. Well, I say that just as ZVSA is making a nice move up. This is the top mover on the day today. Yes and no. So yeah, I will. Scalping is part of my strategy. If there's a quick move, I'll get in, get out, and take the profit. If it's a quick move up, get in, get out, and then it starts to move back. Scalping is fine, but I'm not typically a scalper. I will hold my positions a lot longer. So if you've been on you've watched people doing scalping, then you'll know that they're in for literally a matter of seconds. They'll get in, they'll get into a position, and they'll exit the position a couple of seconds later for a small profit, and then they'll get in again, exit. The problem with doing that is that you rack up the commissions. Particularly if you've got a broker that charges per execution or per order, then you rack up the commissions. And if you're racking up the commissions, you need to make big profits on each move. So I prefer to take a position, have my target in mind, get to that target. I'll take half my position off, and then I'll have my stop at break even for a continue for the remainder of the position to continue to move up, take more, it can maybe even add to the position. But if it retraces and pulls back, I get out for the break even for the remainder of that. So it then becomes a profitable trade. If we look at Big Bear, for example, sure, I just had the AI on here. Big Bear here. If you look at this on the 5 minute, there's a potential double bottom here. So as we start moving up, got 275. 235, so that's 40-cent dip. So we're looking at $3 if it breaks out. Target to $3 if it breaks out. So 265 for the potential move back up on Big Bear AI. It is below the VWAP and it's been selling off, so be wary of that. It's downwards trending. As long as it's below the VWAP, it's downwards trending. I apologize for all that noise in the background. I think someone's replacing the kitchen again. But this is a bit of a double bottom type formation. It needs to break above, essentially break above the VWAP now. So 265 or above, and we should probably get we should get at least between 20 and 30 cents. Don't trade crypto on this channel. I do trade crypto, but not on this channel. And crypto's having a good day at the moment. It's had a good 24 hours. So it broke 19,000 about lunchtime yesterday. Well, I say lunchtime my time, so it's yesterday morning market time in the US. So about this time yesterday, it broke 19,000, and it's still holding over kind of 1875 Bitcoin. Well, just a last check. Don't have another check. So 18,877 is the current price for Bitcoin. Ethereum's holding over $1,400. So that's good. Other coins and tokens not faring as well. I mean, they're not bad, but they've not moved up in line with the pop that Bitcoin had. So Bitcoin right now, kind of even on the day where it closed. What's that closed? It's 24/7, but where the market changed over. You see, the problem with doing that, Willy Wonka, is you start looking at trying to guess the market. So what would be the high of day? It really depends on the momentum that Big Bear can muster. If the volume comes in and we get a bit of volatility, then there's no reason why Big Bear can't go to kind of $5. However, that being said, it needs volume to come in. It needs to get a bit of volatility. Right now, we've got a 10 cents ATR, so 10 cents average true range on the 5 minute here. So I'll put it on the back on the 1 minute. It's 4 cents on the 1 minute. So the volatility is not huge on Big Bear at the moment. If we go back a couple of days, so when it was yesterday that it popped up big. I think it was yesterday it popped up Big Bear. And the volatility was about 30 cents, and it was like a $2 stop. So the thing is, a lot of these people ask me, well, you know, what will I buy and what are my picks, and you know, none of these companies, none of these stocks here, none of these symbols are good companies. They're garbage companies, and I say this every single day. There's a reason why Big Bear AI, even though it's got a government contract, there's a reason why it's priced at like $2. it's not a good company. If it was a good company, it wouldn't be priced at $2. You show me a good company that's priced at $2, and I'll tell you, and I'll show you a liar. It's as simple as that. There's a reason why these companies are struggling at these low price. Now, new companies, you get IPOs that are priced at this level, and that's a different kettle of fish. For a company that's been around a while and it's priced at $2, it's usually for a reason. Well, I was thinking liquid trade. I was actually thinking of liquidating my positions on my crypto positions this weekend, and then writing off the losses, because I'm underwater on all of my crypto positions, my long-term holdings. So that Big Bear AI, that's a lovely double bottom setup now. So we've got a W formation here on a Big Bear AI on the 1 minute. We've actually got a W formation on the 5 minute. We've got a W formation on the 2 minute. So what we're looking for is confirmation, but we're actually getting multiple bullish patterns across multiple time frames, which suggests to me that Big Bear AI is going to move to the upside. So right now, what I was looking for on the 5 minute would have been 265. Now I potentially could get an entry up here at kind of 255. You've got the VWAP to get over, so maybe hold off until 260, but this looks like it's going to make a move upwards based on the technical analysis there. So I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying what I'm seeing from a technical analysis point of view. And technical analysis, learn technical analysis, it does work. Now, it's not 100%. A double bottom is one of my favorite patterns to trade. Not 100%, but it is extremely high success rate. Talking about 86% in general. Well, it's not 82%. It's the inverse head and shoulders, 86%. Yeah, well, I've been averaging. So I opened my positions on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and XRP. I've had other tokens and coins in the meantime, but I opened my position on those four. That was my retirement plan from a crypto perspective. I thought, okay, 2020, I'm going to start stacking and averaging in those positions. In those particular, that was my four coins of choice, and started buying that in 2020. And I last year, or no, year before last, now we're 23. In 2021, I bought quite a lot, and my average on Bitcoin was currently, because I've been averaging last year as well. My current average entry on Bitcoin is about 29,000 still. So I'm still underwater quite a bit because I was putting a lot in at the heights. I'm still about 29,000 on Bitcoin, still about 10k in the whole in terms of average. I don't know what that is. They're don't know what you're trying to do there, but look, good luck to you. Yeah, that was my long-term holding position. I've been holding them. I opened my positions. I've been adding to my position. I've been, lump sum investing with those positions for a couple of years. So what I'm looking at potentially is liquidating those positions, taking the losses, reporting the losses, offsetting against some of my tax liabilities, because I've got a hefty tax bill coming up. So offsetting against my tax liabilities, reduce some of my tax liabilities over the last year or so, and do it that way. So we'll see. So come on, YouTube, you do me a disservice right now. I've got a whole bunch of you there just sitting on your hands. Just hit that thumbs up button. You know you want it. And as for you in you don't get off light either. You guys in TikTok don't get off light. You need to be your old Delhi Thompson's decathlon. If you get that reference, then we can be friends. You know, my generation. But tap on the screen a few times. Pretend like you're gaming. Just let's get that like count up. If we can get over 3,000 likes, with the this little pooch gets a treat. So that's the pooch. If you get 3,000 likes on TikTok, the pooch gets a nice little duck treat. Well, looks like Skewed is ready for launch. So there's a couple of IPOs. So we've got SKWD is an IPO that's going to launch today. Probably won't hit the market open until after 10. We've got MGOL is also slated to hit the market today as well. We've got ISRL, which is Israeli acquisition, and we've got it's got two symbols which it's going to hit the market with, ISRL and ISRLU. So those are IPOs that are slated for launch today. So they could be worth keeping an eye on, and I'll be keeping an eye on those as well. So Jesper pulling back, finding that support level here at kind of 210, 215. Not looking. It's going to struggle now to get over the VWAP. Not looking too strong. Before the market open, it depends what you're looking for, Willy Wonka. So news is dropped. So typically, news gets dropped. I mean, it can drop at any time, but typically most press departments, most PR departments within a company will drop news either at the top or bottom of the hour. So at the top of the hour, so the 0 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, etc. Or they'll drop it at the bottom of the hour, 30 minutes past or half past. So 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, that's that sort of thing. So just keep an eye on the news. It can drop at any time, and then when the news drops, you usually get a spike in activity. Very dangerous just to chase that initial spike. So don't trade the news, trade the price action. If you chase that initial spike, that usually is an algorithmic reaction to the news, and if you chase that, very often what will happen is you get an initial pump up, and then it'll retrace, and you'll end up getting stopped out and lose money that way. What I would recommend you do is, the news drops, you get that initial spike up. So for example, here on Jesper, you get the initial spike up, then you get the retracement to the VWAP, next candle to make a new high, which would have been this one. That could have been your entry. So as they've got the news drop with Jesper, we've got the next candle makes a new high, would have been at 223. So you get in at 225. 225 for the break of 225. Yes, it moves up, but then it pulls back. You're holding your position. You might, if you're giving it 10 cents, you don't get stopped out because it comes down to 215 before it then moves up and gets to 238. So you're getting 10 cents on the move. If you hold it a little bit longer, it does pull all the way back to 211. But if you hold a bit longer, you're getting a further move up to over 250. So that initial move up, if you're chasing that move up and you can buy up here at 225, you're going to get pulled all the way back down to here at 204. And the likelihood is you're going to exit the position. You might hold it thinking, okay, this is just a retracement. It's pulling all the way back to the VWAP. I'll just hold, or even add to the position if you're really convinced on the news and you're really convinced on the price action. That's something that you might want to do, but it's always dangerous to take the initial spike and then because it can move up and then sell off just as quick. If the market doesn't react favorably in the longer term or medium term to the news, then you'll get this initial spike in reaction to the news, and then people will say, hang on a minute, this stock is overpriced now, and then we'll sell off and take a quick profit. Pump and dumps, if you will. Okay, here we go. You want your treats, you just woke up. 3,000, come on. You've got to work for it today. Nice. Dr. Phillips. Come on, come on. Wait. Say hello. This is the resident black bear. This is my grizzly friend. So good girl. You can have another one at 5,000. Let me know if we get to 5,000. Handsome. She's pretty. She doesn't like being called handsome. She's pretty. My little cutie. With her bald, poor little bald belly. So she got pyometra, and I had to have her sterilized. I had to have her spayed just before beginning of December, just before Christmas. And she, obviously, as a result of that, all her underside had been shaved for the surgery, and she's not grown the fur back yet, so she's got a bald belly. I'm looking for price action movements there, Willy Wonka. So you're getting it the wrong way around, I think. So if you're looking for news, that's great. But trying to trade the news is the wrong. So what you want to be doing is looking for spikes in price action with increased volume, increased relative volume. An increase in volume is one thing, but if it's not higher than it normally is, it's irrelevant. So increased relative volume. Then you want to be checking: is there a catalyst? Is there a news drop? Is there something, an event that is driving that price action? So you're looking for a news catalyst. So in Jesper, for example, Jesper Therapeutics are trading higher because the company announced new data will be presented at the 2023 tandem meetings. So that's why this is moving up. So we're not so much looking at the news. I'm watching the news coming through, but I'm looking for the price spikes. If the price spikes are coming through, I then check the news and see what's the catalyst. Is there a news drop, or is it just sector volatility, or what's the reason for that price action? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an increase in volume. I'm looking for an increase in volatility, and I'm looking for a move in either to the upside or the downside, depending if I want to go long or short. And then I want it to start to trend in that direction. So what I don't want to be doing is just chase that initial move and then end up getting into a losing position. So wait for that first pullback, and then as we make new highs after that first pullback, that's when we enter and we look for a trend to continue from there. That's what I'm looking for, Willy Wonka. And I can teach you how to look for that and exactly the specifics of that, as I do with everybody on the Day Trade with Tony course. Everybody that's taking the Day Trade with Tony course, they get access to all of that information. And of course, access to the private Discord, Bed Bath and Beyond. This is just trading sideways at the moment, but what we've got on the 5 minute here is very much what I would what can be described as a cup and handle. So we've got the cup and then the handle. So a cup and handle is a retracement, swing high, a smaller retracement for a further swing high. So that's and then it breaks out. Now, the good thing with the cup and handle, what you're looking, there's a measuring stick with this, and the measuring stick on a cup and handle is a conservative measuring stick, is the depth of the handle. An optimistic measuring stick is the depth of the cup. So that's what you're looking for in terms of when you get the breakout. So the breakout here again will be the quarter dollar. Price action, what am I looking for? I think I just covered that, didn't I? So we've got a little over half an hour of the pre-market. I've not taken any trades. I've not seen any setups which I think are golden. And this is a key thing, is don't just take a setup, don't just take a trade because it's moving. If I say one thing, and I give you one, but I'm not a financial advisor, I don't offer financial advice, but if I do give advice, and one piece of advice in trading the stock market, this is the piece of advice I would give you, is that sit on your hands and wait for the right setup. If you don't take a single trade across the course of a day, you've not lost any money. And you need to concentrate on not losing money rather than concentrate on making money. All good traders know the value in risk management and protecting their equity. So concentrate on the fact that you're not losing money rather than getting FOMO on potential opportunities that you miss. Wait for the right setup. I've not seen, for me right now, I've not seen the right setup for me to get in. So there's a few moves that I potentially could have taken, and I'm glad I've not, because if, like Bed Bath & Beyond, we had this move up, it broke the VWAP. I could have taken that, but it pulled all back just as quick. We're going to move here now. I want to see this above, I want green on the day, above 525, above the quarter dollar, but I want to see it move up, test the VWAP as support, move up again, and break that. Go back to Jesper, for example. Jesper Therapeutics. I could have got in here, but then it's retraced again. I could have got in for this move here. It's retraced again. So then we were looking at, is there a head and shoulders formation there? Now the pattern's broke, so the head and shoulders is no longer realistically no longer an issue, but we're still looking at 235 before I would consider this just consolidating sideways. The VWAP, if you're day trading intraday, make sure you've got the VWAP as an indicator on your charts. I recommend, this is, for me, is probably the most important technical indicator, the volume weighted average price. It's an algorithmic technical indicator that weights the volume on a particular candle, so how many shares are traded on that particular time frame, alongside the price action. So it gives you a truer depiction of what's actually happening. Now, the good thing about the VWAP, why is it so powerful, is it's a great intraday trend indicator. So you can see here on Jasper, the VWAP is pretty much horizontal, which basically means the VWAP's horizontal. It's just consolidating, choppy, moving sideways. It's not going anywhere right now. The price action is not doing anything. It's just going sideways. So there's no opportunities to trade there. The annual true range is less than 5 cents, but it's just right now it's operating sideways in a pretty much in a 10-cent range, 215 to 225. Now, if you're brave enough, you can trade that range. I personally wouldn't. I don't think there's enough in it to do that. The volume's died out as well, but the VWAP, if the price action is primarily above the VWAP and it's all taking place above the VWAP, you've got an inclining VWAP as well, so it's upwards moving. That means you're in an upwards trend. The inverse is also true. If the candles are forming and closing below the VWAP, and you've got a declining VWAP, then you're in a downwards trend. So it's a great intraday trend indicator. I can check Marathon Digital. I certainly can indeed. So it's down on the day. Marathon Digital, about 6% down. It's barcoding really. What I mean by barcoding is that it's just ranging sideways between the spreads. So it's the price action. There is no real price action. So right now the spreads are 3 cents. The ATR is 4.5 cents. So that's why you got what's known as barcoding. Not a lot of movement with Marathon Digital. It's kind of moving with the market, the overall market. If we go back to the S&P 500, it's a similar kind of pattern there. Sideways, it's downwards trending because it's below the VWAP, and the VWAP's slightly downwards, but it is sideways choppy, slightly downwards trending, so it's selling off. Bed Bath & Beyond. Whilst it's moving on the 5 minute, that cup and handle is ready to break out. It's not quite got there yet. So we've not got the volume. We've not got the volume come in. We've got the volume broke above the green on the day. If you look at here, we've got an increasing volume here as it broke through the 525, and then it sold off again. And the next candle, next biggest volume candle here is this one, and it's the selling off. It's the counteracting. So you've got the short and the longs doing a little bit of a battle, and just slightly above the VWAP, trying to go green on the day. So it's at 525, the key level. Any trading in Power Hour yesterday? No, I didn't do anything in Power Hour, Timothy. I took a nap. That's what I did in Power Hour. And you know what? I'm entitled to. No, I've been a bit fatigued in the evenings. Like I say, I think I'm still a little bit jet lagged from the time zone changes and stuff. So I took a nap. And I didn't get around to doing a trade recap, Timothy, but I'll do one today for sure. Yeah, so ZVSA, it's not quite broke out yet. If I look at this on a longer time frame, which is what we're looking for confirmation, we've got a lot of resistance up at 450, at 450 level. So that's the area that we're looking for a breakout. It went up to kind of tap 450, rejected again, back down to the VWAP. So it's not quite broke out yet. So we'll see what happens. It's a quiet enough day in terms of volatility. There's not a huge... The last couple of days we've had quite a number of big movers. Right now we've not got a huge amount of big movers. Typically when I'm looking at stocks for gap and go selection, stocks to trade in terms of momentum, I'm looking for moving 15% or more, 15% or more. And we don't have a huge amount doing that, and it needs to be on good relative volume as well. And we don't have a huge amount doing that. Hive just popped into the top 4 on low volume. Shuttle Farmers not on great volume either right now. Jasper Therapeutics is on good volume, a 5x relative volume. ZVSA is on probably 20x relative volume. So this one is got good relative volume, but we're not getting the volatility right now. In terms of the move up, it's very choppy sideways. What you can see here, talking about the intraday trend indicator, the VWAP, it's very almost horizontal, which means it's not, the price action is moving pretty much sideways. We're getting a bit of volatility in terms of move ups and downs, but the price action is below, it's above, it's below, it's above. So it's not really trending in a particular way, but sideways right now. What volume do I like to trade? It depends on the stock, because if you're trading a mid cap, so for example, if you're trading AMD, you're going to be wanting, volume in the millions. If you're trading a micro float that's only 1 million shares, then you might be trading something that's only 250, 300,000. So it's relative volume that's more important than actual volume, Willy Wonka. And it's all because float size is also relative to the volume as well. If if it's a micro float, then the volume's not going to be as high as it recycles. It's going to take time to recycle the float when you're going to create a lot more volatility, but the volume's not going to be as high as one of these mega cap stocks, you know, the big S&P 500 huge behemoths. Do you want another treat, Miyako? Come on, let's have another treat. Come on, you've got to work for it. Small one. Have you come? Have you come? Oh, yeah. Off you go. You can go and start snoring again now. The stream only tunes in for your snoring. Well, the dog's fed. Why have I not taken any trades? Well, it's very sideways market at the moment. The markets are in a downwards trend. Let's go back to the market itself. So the SPY, and again, if you're trading, I would recommend that you always have the SPY chart open somewhere that you can refer to, because this is a good indicator of overall market sentiment. Now, the SPY is an ETF. It tracks the S&P 500. Now, you might want to have the E-mini on your chart. You might want to have the SPX, which is the actual S&P 500 on your chart. Either which way, whatever you want to look at, is just track the overall market. I've got on my watch list, I've got the triple Qs, which is tracks the tech stocks, which is the NASDAQ, if you will. I've got the DIA, which is the Spider Dow Jones, tracks the Dow Jones Industrial. And then I've got the Russell Index, which is the IWM, and it tracks the Russell 2000. So I've got 4 markets that I'm pretty much watching. Now, the Russell 2000 is relevant because this is low cap stocks, and that's primarily what I trade on a day-by-day basis. Well, you see, again, break of 455, because you 440, 455. Yeah, I can understand that, because we're wanting confirmation for the break of the $0.50, and we've had the break of the $0.50 a couple of times earlier in the pre-market session just after 7 a.m. But I think the $0.50 is a reasonable expectation. That's where the resistance is. What you've got to understand is that you mark out your support and resistance areas. Your support and resistance areas are exactly that, areas. They're not to the penny. So you've got to give it a little bit of wiggle room either way. So what you're wanting is, if it's quarter, half, and whole dollars are key levels. And if you've got a resistance level that's approaching that, then you take the quarter, half, and whole dollar as that level. It might go up to 445. It might be 455. Might be at like 10 cents, 5 cents either way, or something like that. As you get a larger price stock, that variance is going to be a lot bigger. It becomes not so much quarter, half, and whole dollars, but whole dollars, 5, 10, 25, etc. But quarter, half, and whole dollars are very key psychological levels. Yeah, there's not a lot moving. Not on decent volume right now. So ZVSA is one of the top momentum stocks. Let's have a look at Shuttle Pharma. There's no volume on Shuttle Pharma, so it's moving up, but it's moving up on low volume. The volume's inconsistent. A couple of decent spikes here, but the previous 3 minutes there was nothing. The same here, nothing traded in this period here. So you look at and this is the 3rd biggest gapper on the day, after over $2. So I'm like, can't trade that. It's better to just sit on your hands and wait for the right setup. At some point during the day, something will explode, and you'll again, what's your goal? If you've not set a goal, annual, monthly, weekly, daily, set yourself a goal. And then you can break that down bite-sized chunks every time. If your daily goal is say $500, then you might have a trade goal of $100. So you take 5 trades across the course of the day, or 5 entries across the course of the day to make that 500 bucks. If your goal is 200, you might have a trade goal of 50, and set it out that way. So you break it down into areas that are manageable. Now, of course, each trade that you take, you should have a plan. What is your objective? What are you hoping to get out of this trade? I typically would look for 10 cents. I typically enter with 5,000 shares. Anywhere between 2.5 and 10,000 shares is what I would trade with regards to. And someone's commented on one of my videos, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I took a position, and it was, I think, $180,000 worth of equity. I had 10,000 shares, and it was $18 a share. And he's commented on the video that I was risking $180,000 to make $5,000. And it took me about 5-10 minutes to make 5K. I just want to clarify that just because I'm using $180,000 of equity, now given the fact that I'm getting up to 6x leverage from my broker, it means I'm putting at least $60,000 of my own money in to make $5,000. I'm not risking $180,000. I'm not even risking the $60,000 that I put in. The risk is how much am I prepared to lose on this trade per share before I cut the trade. And I was on that particular trade, based on the average true range, based on the movement, I was prepared to take a hit for 30 cents on the share, which effectively was $3,000 given I had 10,000 shares. So 30 cents per share times 10,000 is $3,000. So I was prepared to lose $3,000 on that trade, but I made 5,000. So that's a kind of a 5-to-3 ratio in my favor. And if you've got normally the golden ratio is 2-to-1 when it comes to risk versus reward. And I could have made and should have made a lot more than that. I could have made about $7,000 on that trade. But because I was being cautious and taking profits along the way, it kind of skews that risk reward up. So 10,000 shares at whatever it was, $18 per share, and then I was taking took some of that position, took 5,000 when I reached my first milestone, and then I took another piece off a little bit later, and so on and so forth. So it skews up the risk reward a little bit. But if you know what you're aiming for, what your goal is, if you're looking to make 20 cents on the share, you want to be risking no more than 10 cents. If you're looking to make 50 cents, then you can afford to risk 25 cents, etc., etc. Better if you're actually only risking 10 cents to make 50, because you've got a better risk reward. But if you're going to make 50, the likelihood is the volatility's got to be there for you to get to 50, which means it could retrace a lot more than just 10 cents. And you've also got to factor in the spreads between the bid and the ask. And in this particular case, I think the spreads were, at any one time, the spreads were between 15 and 20 cents per share as well. So when the spreads are 15 cents, you've got to give it more than 15 cents to move up. So that being said, that's just me ranting on somebody that didn't understand how risk versus reward works and the difference between equity position versus risk. Oh, how many hours of study a day did you do to learn? Well, I submersed myself in it to start off with, and I lost money to start off with. So I submersed myself in it, and I was doing probably about 5, 6, 7 hours a day. I don't do that now. I'll do 2-3 hours a day now. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? Who hurt you? You need a hug? You do realize what a scam actually is. When people are asking for money, then that's a scam. However, I've not asked anybody for any money, so good luck. She doesn't need to explain the comment. She's just one of these internet trolls that's looking for attention. So Dom, I as a rule of thumb, I would say you want to be looking at making 1% of your buying power. That's your daily goal. Should be no more than 1% of, well, it should be approximately 1% of your buying power. If you've got, if you're trading in a cash account and you've got $1,000, then you're looking at making 10 bucks. It's not worth your while. If you're trading in a margin account, let's say you've got 5 times leverage and you've got $1,000 in the account, then you're looking at making 50 bucks. So you've got 5 times leverage, that your buying power gives you $5,000, then 1% of that as your goal on a daily basis is going to be 50 bucks. And as you increase that over time, you end up making more and more. Now, can you make more than 1%? Yes. Of course you can. I do it on a regular basis. So if you've got the way I work it for myself with a 6 times leverage, I say I'm looking for a 5% gain or up to $5,000. So when I start at the beginning of a month, if I'm starting with 30,000 in equity position on my account, which is most months, then I'll be looking for $3,000 as the daily gain. As I grow that account, I'll then be looking to increase that to over $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a day. So I'm averaging $5,000 a day. Now this year I'm setting my targets a little bit higher. I'm looking to do $6,000 a day. But I've got a larger account than most people do, and my results are not typical. Well, it wasn't me, Alistair. It was the dog. You know that you missed the feeding the dog. The people only hitting the like count to see the dog getting fed. It's kind of a bit of a macabre phenomenon. But yeah, if I'm advising people and people, and I think I've put this in on the course as well, is that what my expectations are and what your expectations are. You need to temper it. Don't look at me trading, making $5 grand a day and thinking you're going to do the same thing. You're not. Can you aspire to that? Can you use it as inspiration? Yes. Over time, can you get that? I'm sure you could. It's going to take practice and a lot of determination and a lot of discipline, and I'm sure you can get to that level. However, it's not going to happen overnight. So you need to temper your expectations. Be realistic on your expectations. And if you're looking to make $100 a day, that's a realistic expectation. If you're looking to make 100,000 a day, you may as well just go down to the casino and put it all on double zero. It's just not going to happen. Let's be realistic about it. So if you're looking at making $100 a day, think about that for a second, okay? On average, if you make $100 a day, that's 500 a week. 20 trading days on average it's a little more than that, but let's say 20 trading days on average per month. So that means that you're going to make $2,000 a month. Just by making $100 a day. $2,000 a month, so we're looking at an extra 25 grand a year. 25 grand a year, is that going to make a difference to you? I'm sure it will. As you get better, then you increase your stake, you increase your size, you increase your risk, and you make $200 a day. You're now looking at 50 grand a year. If you can get to $500 a day, you're actually making 6-figure income trading. So $500 a day. Think about that for a second. If you take 5,000 shares and you make 10 cents on that position, that's $500. So right now with ZVSA, if I take a position right now, 5,000 shares, and this goes up to from 415 to 425, I've made $500. But what do I need to do at 415? How much do I need to put in there to do that? I need over 20K. So put it into context. All right, Shuttle Farmer seems to have popped up. Good call there, Neville. I'd say top three. Come on, Alistair. I'm not the best. I wouldn't say I'm the best, but certainly top three. Come on, give me some credit. Morning, Penn State. We've got a double top here, M pattern. Just be wary. We now need to go and make new highs because the double top is bearish and it tends to break downwards. So we need now, if we start retracing this, it's looking very weak. Double top is a reversal pattern. Now this is on the 1 minute. It's the same on the 2 minute. So you look for confirmation on patterns. Is there something that's going to counteract it? You've got a double top, or what's known as the devil horns on the 2 minute. If you look at on the 5 minute, whilst it's not so much a double top, you've got the big up wicks, which are signs of weakness, signs of selling pressure. So just be wary. Don't chase this. Look for confirmation. Look for the break of the $0.5 and the move to new highs before you get in on shuttle farmer. It's not something I would say is reliable right now, even with the volume coming in, Neville. You do you trade it your way, but I'm looking, based on the technical analysis I'm looking at right now, I would need to see confirmation and a break of this potential double top pattern. The devil horns that I've seen on the 2 minute and the 5 minute are all bearish signals, reversal indicators. I'm not saying it's not going to go up later. I'm just going to say I'm saying it's reversing right now. That's not a good time to enter. Wait for the break of and the confirmation of over 250. That's not advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you do what I'm saying and lose money, don't sue me. Why am I not seeing any trades to take today? I think a large portion of it is because most of the movers are under $3, and I don't like trading under $3. I am thirsty though, so bear with me. I haven't had a cup of tiger's blood for a long time. Dragon's blood, whatever. A traveling kit, it's so basically I've got a port replicator, so I've got two USB monitors that and a port replicator that will power those USB monitors and my laptop. That's pretty much what it is. So instead of trading on 4 screens, I'm trading on 3. So what I'll be using that for, I've got my trading window, I've got my scanners, Benzinga window, and I've got my watch list window. That's essentially what my travel kit setup is. But it means that I can't go live because my streaming window and my chat and everything else is on that one, and I would have to forego one of the others. So, yeah. So I've got 8 minutes to the bell. Jasper's sideways, ZVSA sideways, Big Bear sideways, Bed Bath & Beyond sideways. So Shuttle Farmer is probably the one right now, but we've got a nice little flat top forming. So a flat top is a bullish pattern. We're getting higher lows into this flat top resistance at 255. Probably not a good idea to take a position this close to the bell. So just mark out the pre-market high there. Did go up as high as 267 after hours yesterday, but in terms of that was post-market. So as far as pre-market's concerned, 255 is now the pre-market high. Patience, Neville, is an extremely valuable commodity when it comes to trading. Sitting on your hands, as I was saying earlier, sitting on your hands guarantees that you're not going to lose money. And that should be a priority, is to not lose money. Protect your equity position. You can always wait and find a position. There's going to be something at some stage, at some point that moves nicely. And right now we've got this ascending wedge into this flat top. Around 255 is the current high of day. We've got 30 seconds to the bell, so probably not an idea, a good time to get in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'm going to change the scanners over to the regular session. I should be back for the market open. So we've got the breakout there. Got 5 minutes to the market open. That's my first trade. I'm in at 258. The ask now is 256, so we're just slightly lower than that. We're looking for maybe 10. Let's see if we can get 10 cents on this. I'm going to move up before the bell. We'll move up. 265 will be sufficient, I think. Getting 59 on the ask. We've got 260 is the high of day now. We're looking to spreads are widening slightly. A couple of cents. So that traveling set, going back to that traveling setup question. So the big difference as well is what I can fit on the screens, because the USB monitors are only the 17 inches, whereas these monitors I've got here are like 32, I think. Oh, no, they're not. 26. These are 26 inch. There's a big difference in terms of what you can actually fit on your screen between a 17 and a 26. Anything else moving up? Doesn't look like it, but new high of day, 262. On the ask, that was. Didn't get over 260 on the bid. That's a big pullback to the $0.50. Needs to find support there. Doesn't find it. We get out. Got 90 seconds to the bell. When do I get into my trades for the day? So when the price action permits. I can't dictate what time the trades, the price action will happen. So I like pre-market trading, but there's not always something to trade pre-market, as today was testament. I'm not as profitable pre-market as I am after the bell either. I tend to although this year I've been making money pre-market and giving it back at the bell. So let's see. Worst case scenario is this went to zero and I'd only lose 12 grand. You know, I've lost more than 12 grand on a trade before, but that's not going to happen. Just putting that into context. We've got 10 seconds. 10 seconds till the market opens. Let's see. Do we take off? Oh, fell off. Selling off there a little bit, but I want to see it move back up again. I just locked $100 in. Get back in if it starts to move back up again. I just scratch trade, moved up to I was looking for the $0.75. Didn't quite work out that way. I'll look for something else to move. So Big Bear had a big spike at the open as well. So Big Bear had a huge spike up at the open. We've now got Shuttle Farmer. Jesper not really doing much. Space. Big Bath and Beyond. Bed Bath and Beyond sideways. Let's see. We're high 68. But 316 is the halt level here, so we want to be wary of where the halt levels are. Looking for 10 cents, 285 on the bid. See if we can tap 297, which was the level I was looking at previously. Just Shuttle Farmer is top of the momentum over the last few minutes. Looking for that move up, 290, test 290. 79, 78. We're looking for 290 on this one. 82. Can we get 290? We're looking for 290. Looking for 15 cents now on this. Patience. ZVSA selling off. Big Bear selling off. Virgin Galactic. Huge dip. All right. If this breaks 270, I'm going to get out. I got bought right back up. Yeah. I wouldn't know, Amariel. This is not a forex channel. We don't do forex on this channel. Forex is a mugs game. One of the big movers from yesterday just launched out of the blocks. So keep an eye on that. Jasper start to make a move up now. All right, let's just gotta wait now, I guess. Baba making highs. Alibaba. Oh, it's making some good highs as well. See if we can't make a little bit of money on Alibaba. $127. Alibaba's a mid-cap stock, a little bit higher price. Well, it's a lot higher priced. So you need a bigger account to trade it. Oh, mistimed that one. Let's see if we can get over $18 here. 118 is what we're looking for. No, pull back. Almost a whole dollar move there, pull back. It's usually not too bad. Let's see. We've got 57-cent ATR. You've got to factor that in. Looking at the spreads are fairly good though. Let's look at the move back up. Don't have much wiggle room here at all. Week one nearly over. Well, we're ahead of the game so far. We're ahead of goal for the week. About 60,000 in profit on the week. So we're almost at monthly goal. We're halfway to monthly goal. Kangaroos. So a little over 60,000 in profit on the month. That's after what, 8 trading days. Oh, 7 trading days. Can't count today, can I? 3 last week and 4 this week, so that's 7. Yeah, well, Wednesday helped. 42,000 on Wednesday. It's a good day. It looks like we're going to be breaking laws here. Get out. Oh well, I've done it again. Not a problem. Should have taken the grand at the top. Setting for. Is this a gold stock? No, Alibaba is a online retailer. Big Bear selling off. Oh my goodness. Virgin Galactic is hemorrhaging. Shuttle Farmer selling off. Bed Bath & Beyond is now at 460s. So it's a selling day, it looks like. Not enough volume really there to trade that. ECBP. How's Coinbase getting on? Coinbase just gone green on the day. No, is the simple answer, Faz. If you're in a position and it's above the VWAP, it's always dangerous to short it. If you're in a position you're going long and it just pulls back, the last thing you want to be doing is just taking the opposite position on the hope that it's going to continue, because then it's going to reverse back. And just if you're watching a stock that and the trade goes against you, it goes against you. That's fine. You just got to accept that. Don't get mad and try and revenge trade. And if you're just going to switch the direction, that's paramount to revenge trading. The Virgin Galactic sell-off? No, I don't think so. I just think it moved up really well pre-market and then it's been selling off ever since. So it's about 6 o'clock this morning. Got rejected at the VWAP, and then, I mean, if it had some organizational restructures why it moved up, and then the market's just not sustained. It's moving back down to kind of where it was. It was after hours yesterday. It closed at like 460. So it's moving back down towards that level. Just losing its gains overnight, its overnight gains. Looking for any kind of potential. Needs to get above the VWAP for me. Let's have a look at Jasper. So, and this is a reason I don't normally trade under $3. I tend to lose money on these lower price stocks for whatever reason. And I think it's because it's lower price. Psychologically, I'll take bigger size because it's not costing me as much to take bigger size. And when it goes against me, I get a bigger loss. So have a look at that if that's the case. Seven red days, Jason. Who's had 7 red days? You've had 7 red days? What, is that time of month for you, is it? That's no problem. I can turn that down slightly. We'll turn that down slightly for you. Let's have a look. HTG molecular. Why? So HTG molecular doesn't have a particular catalyst. Is it heavily shorted, or is it just market sentiment? It's 12% short, well, 11.5% short. I'm not seeing a particular catalyst, and it's not a huge float either, so don't know why this is moving. It's less than $1 million in the float. It's one of those micro float stocks. Finding resistance up at the hard quarter dollar. Breaks a quarter dollar, we could get a little bit of continuation. It's the first red candle on the 5. No, I finished this stream. I was about 3,000 up yesterday when I finished the stream, and I finished the day 5,000 up. Super chip. I did go down about 4,000 at one stage, I think, but I finished when I finished the stream. I was about 3,000 up, and then I took another trade shortly after. I closed the stream, got over goal, took the dog for a walk, and didn't trade again for the rest of the day. And that's a good. I would say that's a good methodology to have. Is get green, stay green. But once you get to goal, get out. Don't get greedy. If you overtrade, if you get to goal and you start overtrading, the likelihood is you're going to give money back. That's no problem. And you know, you're not beholden to me, Super Chip, the same way as I'm not beholden to yourself. So, but 7 red days in a row. Ouch. The last person I knew that was 7 days in 7 red days in a row was my girlfriend. I shouldn't say girlfriend, she'd kill me. I should say fiance. be like, well, I'm just your girlfriend now, am I? I'm like, all right, calm down. Lock a bit of that in. Put a 10-cent trail on this one. Will get stop me out, but that's fine. I had a nice little $2,000 on that one. That's recovered some of the deficit we lost on Baba. This is breaking highs. Halted. Tried to get back in, but no. Oh, it's a false halt. Nice retracement. Let's look for a move back up. Nice pullback. Oh, flip truck, yeah, no, we're always breaking up. We've been 5 years in the making, but it's a fiery romance, shall we say? But you know, we got engaged whilst I was away over Christmas. I wasn't talking about trading, Super Chip. It was a joke. A very poor tasting joke, I've got to admit, but $6.95 is a halt level. $702, the halt level. I'm looking for $0.75 for $7.80. $6.80. Yes, I think a lot of people don't get it. If you're into gaming, believe it or not, that kind of gaming mentality, gamification makes, if you're into gaming, if your business is into gaming, you'll probably be a lot more interested in trading, because you can teach it in a gaming kind of way, and the gamification makes it so that I tell you what, I think that a lot of autistic people, you know, the Hodgkins and whatever it is, people will probably be great at trading if you gave them a chance. ADHD. If you've got ADHD, then it's not great, because you need to have a good attention span. You can't not concentrate. Man, you saying that, ADHD doesn't mean that you can't concentrate. It means when you find something you're interested in, that's you kind of tunnel vision, and that's all you focus on. We've got the rabbit ears or the devil horns on the 5-minute right now, which is not good. Still looking very interesting from a 2-minute and from a 1-minute in terms of flag, potential flag breakout. Over 75 could be of interest. Be good. We get over $7 here. Looking for $7. Took a while to get that filled. What have we got? A 20-cent trailing stop this time. Let's see how volatile it actually is. I've got a 35-cent ATR, so I'm expecting this to get hit, but it's finding a little bit of resistance up at the whole dollar. There we go. Yeah. I knew that was going to get hit. I probably should have put just a 10-cent on there, but a bit of a retracement here. So we've got 3,500 out of this trade so far. Good man, Alistair. Know when to walk away. Absolutely. Get to goal, get out, especially before the weekend. But before you do go away, Alistair, just remember it's a long weekend. There's no trading on Monday because of Martin Luther King Day. I'm sure she was impressed, Flipjug. $7.39 as a halt level. $7.10. It's the next high of day. It's the current high of day, $7.10, so that's what we're looking for. Needs to hold the $7. Ah, come on. That's shocking. Just went completely without me. Get me filled. Oh, 3,000 shares there. Partial fill. That's horrible. Not filled that time. Looking for, ideally looking for the 730 on the bid. I've got 7.7 again. This is HTG Molecular, the second biggest gapper on the day, over $2. Always a little bit wary of stocks like this. I have no catalyst as such. %12 short interest. That's about it. Don't know what the catalyst is here. But just don't want to swing a further swing low, so I've just put a stop there for just under the low of that last candle. Don't want a further swing low. High of that last candle was 708. So break a new high, we can add to the position. Yeah, so I use limit orders there, super chip. Yes, I can, James. I use limit orders for buying and selling. All my orders are limit orders. I don't use market orders unless I'm using a stop. You can't use market orders pre-market or after hours anyway. So I was trading so I'm setting up my hotkeys and my hot buttons and things. I want to be able to use them consistently across the day, including pre-market. And you can't use market orders pre-market; they just won't execute. You need an open market for market orders to execute. Yes, I do. I give out that template to everybody that subscribes to the Day Trade with Tony course, Jack. So if you in the Discord that you joined earlier, so in the Discord there's a section on Dash Trade that has that set up for you. It is showing a head and shoulders pattern. You're absolutely right, which is why I've got the stop in place there at the swing low. There we go, got stop tape. Oh, sugar, I've not got stop tape. That didn't help. Forgot I'd added to the position since I set the stop. How do you get involved? Check out my check out the link in my profile there, James. There's a link there that's Day Trade with Tony. I'm not up now poker. I've just give it back. So hang on a minute. Let's have a look at what Baba's doing. Sold off. So I lost most on Baba here. So that could come back. We might get a bounce on the VWAP here. We're looking for just something worth trading today. Jasper's actually having a good day. Actually, Space making a comeback now. Well, this is Virgin Galactic. I was going to say Virgin Atlantic. That's the airline making a comeback. There's nothing really going parabolic though. That's the problem. Want something moving really well. Big bear potentially setting up for. What just happened with my cursor? Potentially setting up for a head and shoulders here. Comes down to 2-3 moves of inverse head and shoulders. Big bear. We did get that spike up. So the cup and handle breakout that I was talking about on the 5-minute. There's your cup, there's a hand, and we got the move up, but then it came back down again and didn't hold. So now we're looking at potential shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2, neckline at 240. So that's potential there. I think we've missed the front end of this move. I think we're at the back end now, so that's kind of done. Right, okay, it looks like right now a red day. Not saying that's how we're going to finish. Got a double bottom on Shuttle Farmer as well. This over 260, this might move back up. I've got a Poker King's hat, actually. The S&P 500 trying to make a move upwards since the bell. Trying to go green on the day. So that might have a wider effect on the overall market. Shuttle Farmer. Amazon's got a new high. So let's have a look at Alibaba again. That's bad. That's not... Need another A. Back over to VWAP. This could be interesting. Yeah, so big bet. Getting that level there. I might just take a position here for the breakout on the if we get a breakout here. Inverse head and shoulders. Let's see what happens. Need a bit of volume to come in. We've got one shoulder, the head there, and that's the second shoulder. So we need a bit of volume to come in to break 240. Got a bit of a shelf at 241 on the level 2. Bank of New York had earnings today, by the way. Bank of New York Mellon. This is a large float, huge float. It had good earnings today. Breaking highs. Can we get past the $0.50? That's the question here with Bank of New York. Didn't want to do that. Get right, bought right, should get bought right back up that with the that was a surprising little flush. Back over 49. See, let's get bought right back up. Upwick is kind of bullish. That snoring is the chair. Well, I've got the Midas touch in reverse today, guys. $48.80. I'm going to get a no problem with liquidity on this one though, which is good. Right, not had a good day, not had a good open. I've actually been really poor trading at the open of late. There we go, get stop trade. 10 minutes past the hour. Let's stick around for a little while. It said big bear, head and shoulders, probably better represented on the 2 minute actually. Shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2, and it's now breaking out. Hey, look. Giving the market a head start again. What am I up on the week? Let me have a quick look. Detailed reports. $70,000 up on the week gross. Before today. So I've got a little bit of wiggle room. That's all down to Wednesday. I did 42,000 on Wednesday, 6.5 on Tuesday, just over 2,000 on Monday. Yesterday finished 5,300 up. So look, all streaks come to an end. Not saying it will, but I've had a 7-day winning streak in 2023. Let me just clear this as well, because I want to have a look at what was my winning streak in December 2022. I had 3 days in December that I traded. A 10-day winning streak so far. Space ain't stopping. F. Phoenix Motors? That's not right. Ah, yeah. Looking at the percentage gain, not the... not, yeah, okay. I've had worse weeks, certainly. I've had better weeks as well, though, Alistair. Just Virgin Galactic. We'll get over the $0.50 here. That's the question. Moving up slowly. Looking for the break of the $0.50. It was up at 6 pre-market. First thing, it went up to 593. That's the pre-market high. What do I think of Jasper? I think it's moving up. It's up at 260s right now, 265. But I want at least 255 here. Ideally $6, but you know, we'll see. A bit of a flat top, ascending wedge into a flat top here right now. So I want this to break the $0.50. 45 is showing quite a lot of sellers at 45. That's the problem. Mm. 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 Don't mind a pullback, as long as it's not too big. Mm. 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 Well, can we get over the $half now? That's the question. Second attempt. Mm. Mm. Nice little flag on the 5-minute. Really want it to break out to the upside though. Get over 545 again. We probably will get up to that current high of day is 548. So we might be able to retest that if we can get over 545. We've got 10 minutes left of the stream. Let me know in the chat. Do you want me to stick around for a little bit longer? It's Friday the 13th after all. That's probably what's going on right now. That's why I'm not making any money. It's Friday the 13th. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We'll stick around for a little bit longer today. I think this is going to get bought back up. Ah, why did I sell that? That was a bit silly of me. Yeah, I've lost a cent on that. It's all right. The banks have made their earnings announcements this morning already, Dunkers. The earnings came out this morning on most banks. So Bank of New York, which I just lost 5 grand on. Let's see if we can't move up. $545 is the key level here. That's the breakout level. Looking at the 2-minute, and of course I'm looking at the 5-minute. So the high of this on a candle on the 5-minute is 545. Previous candle was 545 on a 2-minute, so that's the breakout level. I've not looked at Prax yet, Alberto. I did see it moving up. Looking for a new high of day, actually. Get it? Got 545 on the ask. That's the breakout level that we need to get beyond. I do power hour when I'm in the mood for it, when I've got the energy for it, Super Chip. That's why I never schedule it. I schedule the open and the pre-market session, but I never schedule power hour because sometimes I'm just not feeling it. It's late in the evening for me. You know, power hour hits me at 8 p.m. So by the time I've had dinner and maybe a glass of wine, I'm like, well, am I in a really fit state to do power hour? So if I am, I'll do it. If I'm in a buoyant mood, then I do it. But otherwise, getting a bit of a double top forming here. No flip jug. I can put it on the ask plus a certain amount, or the bid plus or minus or whatever. So I can, whatever the price action is, plus 5 cents or minus 5 cents or whatever it is. That's my limit orders. So I can take the price action. I don't have to set the price every time. Yeah, the bid or the ask, depending on which way. So buy 300 shares. Buy 300 shares at, if I buy the button, it's at the buy the bid at the ask plus whatever, or it might be the bid plus 10 cents, or it might be the ask plus 5 cents, or whatever it is. Exactly. Well, you'll not hear from him because he is a she. But yeah, she's storing right there. He's right there. That's the bear. Fast asleep right now. She's not bugging me, so I don't mind sticking around for a little longer as long as she's not bugging me. This is not moving very fast. I thought we might get a $0.50 breakout here, but Had resistance up pre-market at $0.50. It's a key level, so it comes as no surprise really that we're struggling up at the $0.50 on this. I don't think of it as a loss, Farron. Simply for the fact that, look, you zoom out. Before I started trading today, I was 70,000 up on January. I made over $1 million last year in total. Each month I'll start with, I'm not blowing up my account. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's red days are normal. The difference between me losing 13,000 and someone losing 130 bucks is sizing. So if I'm taking much bigger sizing than somebody else, it's because I'm looking for bigger gains. So look, I had a $42,000 day on Wednesday. I'm down 14,000 today. So that's the way it is. I'm just going to set the stop here because I'm not feeling this at all. Even during open market, user limits rather than the market order. What's the reasoning behind that? Well, slippage for one. If I'm selling with a limit order, I'm not going to get the slippage. It will hold my order. That you see a few times on the screen that the order goes up. Like I've got the stop order there, but the stop order is essentially a market order. But if I put the order into buy or sell, you see sometimes I don't get filled straight away. And that's because I've got a limit order in there. So it's if I put a market order, I might get slippage to the upside if I'm buying and it costs me more, or I'll get slippage to the downside if I'm selling and then again it'll cost me more. So that's why I put limit orders. It's basically just to maximize my potential gains. Again, the way to do this is from the psychology of trading, and knowing that you're going to lose money is essential. It's just trying to protect that investment level, okay? So mentally, you get into a hole, and you've got to. I look at this on a daily basis, and going back to what I was saying about the gamification of it, you've got to understand that you're going to lose money first and foremost. There's going to be days where things like today, it's just nothing's gone for me. So, look, there's going to be days like that. This is probably going to be my last trade. Before I take the dog out, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot moving today. Nothing going parabolic. It's a fairly gentle market, so to speak. So yeah, commissions do my head in as well, especially with if you don't get filled straight away. And right now I'm getting like they've commissions. This is why scalping is a lot harder than it looks. If you're scalping trades, commissions, you get hit by commissions every time. Yeah, it's not a good day. Oh, $100 a day is a good day. It's 25 grand a year. Oh, it's nice. It's more, isn't it? $100 a day is 500. Yeah, 25 grand a year. Well, I try to be in green most days, but like I was saying, I've had 10 green days in a row now, so your winning streak isn't going to last forever. You've got to accept that fact. Get over 550. We can break a new high here. It's moving up. I could put 544. Like I say, we've got an ascending, but 5-minute ascending wedge into a flat top at 545. You look at this on the 5-minute. We've got ascending wedge into a flat top, 545. A bit of volume to come in as we break 545, and we could go up and get 10, 15 cents on this. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I've got 15,000 shares at the moment, so 10 cents at 15,000, 1,500 bucks. Absolutely, Alistair. I've had a good week. I'm having a good week. One red day doesn't... again, you zoom out. So if you have a bad trade, forget it. Move on. You have a bad day, forget it. Move on. Can we get over the $0.50 here? That's what I'm looking for. $49, 52. Take some off. The 10-cent trailing stop in place there, why not? It's not moving that hard, so I'm what, 49, so I've got 1,000. Maybe I should put a 5-cent trailing stop in this one, because the no, 10 ATR's 14 cents, so 10 cents is a decent trailing stop for that one. Is it going to hold the $0.50? That's the question. BTCM, it's making big moves. Let's have a quick look at the chart. Let's have a quick look at why it's moving up. Bit mining. Right, moving up with the wider. Well, this is BTCM. Alright, so I've just taken most of that position off. Now I'll look at bit mining. Alright, okay, that made a big move up, but it's not on great volume, so I'll come back. This is one of the IPOs. IPO today, just started trading. MGOL. So the spreads are, just be wary, spreads are like stupid on this one. It's risky to try. So this is just a halted to the upside right now. So this is MGOL. It's all right. Okay, there you go. 1 minute. I was looking. I was looking at MGOL. That better for you, Alistair? Still in the Virgin Galactic trade. Right, okay. Can I get filled? No, partial. Yes, I got filled. Finally. All right, let's see if this moves up. Looking for a move up on the break of $10. 10.13 is the halt level. Spreads at about 10 cents. And 20 cents. This is a new IPO. In there for 5,000 shares. New IPO today. MGOL is the ticker. And I got filled. Halted. Is it a fault? Not yet halted. Still some transactions going through. It halted this time. At the halt level, that looks like a halt to me. But a couple of false halts. There's still a couple of transactions going through. That's the volatility halt. So MGOL looks like it's going to gap up to $11 right now. But I don't think that's going to be the case. So while that's halted, so that's a volatility halt. And we're in for 10,000 shares. So this is a new IPO. We've got Israel Acquisition, also a new IPO. Just started in the last 10 minutes. So this is ISRLU. Not got the volume that that this IPO does. But this one's halted. Got another IPO due out later today, which is SKWD, and we'll keep an eye on that. So this this started at 10 a.m. We've missed 40 minutes of this upwards momentum, but let's see what happens. I didn't put a trailing stop in place, but never mind. I'll be back. Need a bathroom break. All right, are we still in Virgin Galactic? Yes, we are. Just gonna move this. It's a trailing stop, isn't it? Yeah, it's a trailing stop. So never actually hit the trailing. So it's 2,500 shares on Virgin Galactic. Well, you didn't make me one, did you, Alistair? How considerate of you. All right, let's have a look at what else is moving. Tesla. For those of you wondering about the high cap stock, so Tesla is absolutely flying it. Baba. No, but Tesla is. Tesla's flying it. Look at that. 120, 121s, 121.50s. Shopify as well, yeah. I would imagine this is all because the market's moving up so well. So Shopify is up at 37.60s. If I look at the SPY, so you can see SPY trying to go green on the day. We're getting very close to that 397. Needs to get over 397 for the SPY. So let's have a quick look. The IPOs. This is MGO Global. Halted at 10:43. Should resume at 10:40 and 10 seconds. So should resume in about 30 seconds time, 10:47 and 10 seconds. So we should get a resumption in just a few seconds on this. Should gap up, hopefully. 10:45 on the bid. No, it's not looking like a gap up at all, so let's take half off. Big spreads. Ooh, nice. We get over $11. This is looking nice. Halt at 11:48. Oh, these spreads are going wild. Very risky. And we get $12. It's halted. Another halt. Well, right now I'm on MGO group, or whatever it's called. It's halted again, so this should resume at 5 to the hour. Oh, 6 minutes to the hour. So yeah, not bad. So this is MGOL, is an IPO today, launched today. It's not been trading an hour yet, and we currently are 1,800 up on it. We've got, based on a resumption, gap down resumption of 1150, was 7,000 up on the day. 7,000 unrealized. We're still in we're still in Virgin Galactic here. I put this trailing stop in place, but it's not reached it yet. So we've got 8 cents on this one for 2,500 shares. So it's not come back down and reached it yet. If it moves up, great. If it doesn't, then fine. That's also fine as well. But yeah. We're still in Virgin Galactic. I'm just going to let that play out, the trailing stop, until it does get stopped out. If it moves up, great. If it comes back down to 547, that's fine. It's a profitable trade as well anyway. So it's about to stop me out now if it falls below 547. So 548 right now. So it could stop me out. There we go. We just got stopped out. So we're now not in Virgin Galactic. Just made 1,400. We've got at least got one green trade on the on the board. So this is looking at gapping down. So this is, I'm in at $10. Just put this into consideration. 5,000 shares. My average cost is $10 right now. So it breaks below $11. I'll take the 5,000 shares. I'll take the $5,000. So it could go up and get to $12, and in which case that's going to cover my drawdown. We'll see. Let's see what happens on resumption. Resumption should. Well, we've got a while yet. So at 10:54, we've got 2 minutes left yet. Bed Bath & Beyond making a move up. So Bed Bath & Beyond is, at the moment, it's kind of following the market direction. Initial downwards and then upwards. So yeah. Let's see if that can go green on the day the same way as the market. Bed Bath & Beyond. So someone earlier pre-market was talking about Marathon Digital. Breaking highs now. So Marathon Digital didn't have the volume. It was trading sideways pre-market. So after the bell, a little bit of choppiness started off with, and then it's took off. Once it got green on the day, it's not looked back. So that's Marathon Digital. So I can't remember who it was looking at wanting to see about Marathon Digital. It's over $8 now. So that's largely down to a strong Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is back over 19,000. So Bitcoin is up there at 19,242 right now. So Marathon Digital is moving up on the back of a strong Bitcoin. So that's just moved up in the last while. Let me just put that on the 5-minute chart on my trading view. Yeah, so it's over the last 20 minutes, Bitcoin's moved up from 1900, broke 1900 again, and is back over 19.2. So 19,204. I'm just going to hold my position on Bitcoin. I was going to liquidate my positions. Let's see if we can get over 20,000 this weekend. I think it's a possibility. Okay. So we should get a resumption here in about 10 seconds. That's a big gap down. Buy that dip. Well, volatile if nothing else. Yes, above 11, back up towards $12 will be lovely. Well, I'm green on the day. Choof. Can anybody remember how much in the red I went on stream? You just witnessed one of my infamous comebacks in the flesh. So there you go. I'm glad I stayed back for an extra half an hour. So that's halted again. I got out before it halted to the upside, and that's me. 13,000 red, Alistair. Glad you reminded me. So, granted, I'm probably about $50 down on the day at the moment after charges and fees and stuff. But I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to keep watching this stock. There's obviously opportunities here. If it breaks 12, this could go mental today. So there's definite opportunities with this particular stock. Just so you know, there's no leverage on it, so it's difficult. I mean, I've got a large account, so I can take, you know, probably about 12,000 shares of this at the peak. But you need a bigger account if you're going to take bigger size. There is opportunities with this, but it's like trading with a cash account. It tends to be the case with a lot of IPOs. It's like trading with a cash account. So yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys. It is a long. Actually, what I'll do is I'll do my my usual bits and pieces before I sign off. So I'm going to sign off now and close the stream at the top of the hour. But before I do that, I just want to give you the lowdown. So for those of you that have been asking, so Willy Wonka and the rest of you guys, what am I looking for? What do I see? How do I find stocks that are moving? Now, I wouldn't have found MGOL on the scanners because it's an IPO. However, this morning on the calendar list, so this is what I'm looking at. This is my Benzinga platform here right now. This is what I'm looking at all day. So I've got my real-time scanners here. I've got my momentum scanners here over the last 15 minutes. I've got my gap scanners here. So basically the biggest performers on the day. I've got my signals, which is here. I've got signals here. I'm getting the MGOL hitting the signals in terms of halts, resumes, and volatility halts and resumptions. Also, it hit the day high series a couple of times there, which is what it is in price spike. So I get notice on there. I've got my rolling news ticker here. This is Benzinga. Okay, now MGOL. I looked at the calendar this morning, and this is what the calendar opens up to earnings straight away. Okay, so when I'm looking at the calendar first thing pre-market, I look at the calendar. I look at what are the big events that are taking place today. So straight away I've got the earnings, but then I look for, after earnings, I look for IPOs. And it gives me the list of IPOs that are today, and lo and behold, we've got MGOL, which is what we just traded. We just made $12,000 on MGOL. I also look at other things that are happening, so economics. So this will tell me if there's any, like the FDA. You can look through things that can particularly impact the markets, and FOMC member Harker is going to be speaking, or did speak this morning. So all of this housing equity withdrawal there, quarter on quarter, in terms of the UK market. So this is all very relevant, and this is Benzinga. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from my Benzinga. So as you can see, this is what I'm looking at. I popped these two particular scanners out so you can see them on the screen. You can, if you want to try out Benzinga, check out this one here, find stocks to trade. I use Benzinga, so check it out free for 14 days. Use this link, this discount code. If after the 14 days that you do like it, I find it's absolutely amazing. It's indispensable for me to find stocks that are moving, why they're moving. So I'll just go back to I'll just put up one of the scanners so I can see it. So I'll put up the 15-minute scanner, and I'll look at let's say Pally here. So I can just click on Pally, and it opens another window. So this is all at my fingertips every single day. And as this opens a window, it opens the chart. So this is the chart from TradingView, by the way. So you see the same charts you see on TradingView. It gives me a news, what's actually happening. Is there any news there? So Pally said this from last Tuesday, further strengthens balance sheet with early exercise, etc., etc. I can look at key data, like what's the float size, how much it's shorted by, balance sheet, quick summary of the balance sheet and the valuation, everything. It's all there at my fingertips, and essentially that's what I get every single day. So that's Benzinga. Okay, so check that out. You want to find stocks to trade, that's Benzinga. And use my discount code after the 14 days. Try it for free for 14 days. Use my discount code. You get 35% off whatever package you go for. If you want me to teach you to trade and be your mentor, click this link. These links are in the description on YouTube, by the way, but they're in my link tree, which is you can find in my profile on TikTok. And this brings you to the Day Trade with Tony course. It's a course that I put together myself, and it also gives you access to the Day Trade with Tony private Discord. This is the full syllabus that you're looking at. So introduction to trading, the section on risk management, stock selection, what I'm looking for, how I'm setting up my charts, what I'm looking for in the charts, intraday chart patterns, which is important, chart strategies, trading strategies, the scanners that I've just been talking about with Benzinga, scanning for stocks. There's a whole bunch of additional tutorials from Benzinga that you can get from included as well. The psychology, all of this for a very, very budget price of $120 plus tax. Okay, so depending where you are, the tax is going to be different. So it's about $120 plus tax. Okay, get on that, and I'll teach you how to trade. I'll be your mentor. Happy to do with that. You'll get access to the Day Trade with Tony Discord, where I'm active. The traders that are on the Day Trade with Tony community is active after I've finished streaming live on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and ShareVision and TikTok. TraderView, the trading journal. So this is what TraderView looks like. This is my trading journal. So this is I've got this filtered for this this year so far. You can see, if I look at the calendar, this is what it looked like. So last week I did just over 12 grand, nearly 13,000. This week I had a reasonable day on half goal on Monday, over goal Tuesday, a $42,000 day on Wednesday. Over goal yesterday, and I'm finishing over goal today. That's not over goal. I'm finishing green today, but not over goal. Still got some trading to do. I'm still watching MG Oil, which is halted to the upside again at $13. So I'll be looking at that again. But this is TraderView. If I look at the report, you can see straight away before today. So I'm pretty much break even on today if I take the net numbers into effect. But if I look at the detailed numbers here, you can see that my risk reward, let's look at that. You can see I've got pretty much a 3-to-1 win loss. Not today. I'm the other way around. I'm a 4-to-2, 2-to-1 against today. But if you look at the gains, $91,000 in gains, $20,000 in losses. That's this in January alone. Okay, so I'm having a good month so far. We're only at 30. We're only halfway through the month. We've got another couple of weeks left, so we're on track to hit the $120,000 goal for the month. I will be starting next week a small account challenge on Tuesday, so stick around for that as well. What else do you want to check out? People asking me about the platform. It's Dash Trader. I get it as part of my package with my broker with Capital Markets. It is a trade. It is a platform you can use with other brokers as well. TD Ameritrade, Interactive, for example. It's a great platform. TradingView charting, check that out as well. And of course, don't forget the Trade with Tony merchandise. If you trade with me, get your hoodies, get your t-shirts, get your cups and wine coolers, whatever. There's a full Shopify store there, and check that out. And I'm going to finish the stream now and go back to the Benzinga scanners. I'm going to finish where am I? I'm going to finish the stream, as you can see there and there. So I'm going to finish the stream. We're halted again on MGOL. That will resume in just over a minute's time. So I'm finishing the stream now. It's a long weekend as far as the market's concerned. 10 great day green streak. It's 11 days now, Alistair. It was 10 before today. So you just see me come from $13,000 down on this trading this one to getting green. So it does happen. It happens a little bit more often than I would like for me, in that I go red and then come green again later in the day. But look, hold your nerve, be patient. That one stock is all it takes. Okay, guys, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your long weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday, 90 minutes before the market opens. That's 8 a.m. market time. It's 1 p.m. in Dublin or London, and enjoy your weekend. Take care, guys.